And we should now be live.
Hey. Let's see, I'm gonna also just have it open on the side here. Welcome to the Direwolf spin-off by Takara. With us today we have, let's see if I can make this big, Orochi,
Yes.
Mamoru,
Hello.
Jack,
Greetings.
Akane,
Hello.
and Arale. Which is still muted. She probably says hello. Let's assume so.
Hello.
There we go. Will anyone do the recap from last time?
Where's in your session notes?
You have in the player notes.
We were given a mission from the Seimei Keiretsu to from Bossman. That's Bossman, yeah. To go and recover the basically the royal heirlooms of Japan. Because they'd been stolen. So we headed to a shrine area, a shrine temple district thing in somewhere. I don't have the session notes either. Names would be good.
Okay. We went to Ise Shrine, which
That's it.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. And there we met with a contact, which was your character, Ninth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did some investigative skills. Mamoru, I know, spoke to some people to try and uncover some information as well. While my character, Orochi, was casting a long ritual to commune with the city and see if there's any abnormalities. And we eventually managed to track down these tanuki, little what badger?
Tanuki are raccoon dogs.
Raccoon. So yeah, that was it. Yeah, raccoon dogs, who had apparently stolen the artifacts and ran off with them. We tried to talk to them first, ended up having a small fight, and then we managed to subdue most of them and talked to them again and found out that they were hired. And we got a address for where they the person they delivered it to was supposedly supposed to be. There you go, the call card.
Yes.
And yes, so that's apparently where we're going now.
One correction is that only the treasure that was in Ise Shrine has been stolen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's where we left off, and you guys are still in the forest south of the shrine.
And this is just immediately after they fucked off?
Yes, so it's around 9:30, close to 10 in the morning.
Alright. And you guys figured out that address on the back of the card whilst Mamoru was probably just eating from the leftover food that Tanuki left behind. Did you guys, because who was it that actually found tried the fire to sort of reveal the text? Because that's the person currently with the agency to do something or say something about it.
That was the one that was holding it, so she was the one that got the information.
I just said it magically. I don't know how I did it. So, because I don't
Are you in character? Because your robot voice is on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that person would be Arali you're referring to, but I don't remember how she got hold of the information because it says magically, and I don't know this character
you
yet.
just, heated it up. You just heated up the card.
Yeah, Orochi
You
was
certain?
healing it up. You got the information because you were holding it, so you got a kind of vision.
Oh
That showed you the way.
yeah. So we are able to. I think I think she actually shared it with the rest of the group, and she has to feed keen mind, so she has no problem recalling the vision.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we were. I guess we were just immediately following you to the described location. Then I guess.
I think we opened Google.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we Google mapped our way.
Yeah, we Google mapped it and like set it as a destination. So.
Yes. As you see on the Google Maps, it's about 5 kilometers away.
Yeah.
I can take a better picture.
To the Snakemobile.
Okay, so I'm just making a thing for you guys, real quick. It's about I think here. Okay, I'm gonna show this on Discord because I didn't have this in Roll20. The top circle is where you need to be. The bottom circle is where you are.
Okay, thank you. The person who had to look up what the version between kilometers and miles is appreciative of this.
I'm so sorry.
Look, the American public school system failed me deeply.
Because you didn't even know where the school is.
How
many
Okay,
miles
that's
away?
going a little far, but yes.
It's between 3 and 4 miles, I think.
Thank you.
Because it's 1.6 is, I think.
Yeah.
So, about 3.1 miles.
Okay, yeah. Basically, I just get confused of, okay, which one is the iteration of metric that's closest to miles? And then I'm like, okay, is the kilometers the far one?
Kilometers is 1,000 meters.
Okay. Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. And a mile is 1.6 kilometers. Ish, I think. So yeah,
Mile
you
is
guys.
arbitrary and confusing.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm not defending it.
Okay. It's good when you're for abandoning an indefensible position. We can move on.
I guess you walk back then
yeah.
to the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really have much trouble getting back to the car. There's no one in the forest except you guys, and you see a bit more people back at the shrine. As you walk down the stairs towards your car, you can see kind of like in the distance, like further towards the main road, there's definitely some cars there, and you can assume it might be reporters.
Let's not go close to them.
No.
Less than it normally would be, but that's mostly because of COVID restrictions. You can assume.
So my van had blacked out windows, so because it was meant to look like an FBI truck or something.
Yeah.
So we should be fine as long as we just don't do anything obvious, like drawing attention.
Like being a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to like keep around like towards the middle of the group.
Well, I
just get the car closer so that you can
Yeah,
get in without out of sight.
Yeah, I can just
Self-driving is
I
it?
can activate
You can
my
summon the car.
I can activate my cloaking algorithm.
That would be helpful, yes.
Doesn't have much of a charge on it though, so it's only good for an hour.
Then maybe you should save it.
Yes, it shouldn't be a problem for me to just back the car up closer to the temple.
I mean, I would very much appreciate it as well, considering, well, and then he clinks on his armor.
Yeah.
I seem much like a robot too at this juncture.
There's not very many anime cosplay competitions going on in this shrine right now. And I just
Don't worry. You'd be surprised how easily people are fooled.
I pull out my tablet and tell the truck to basically come a bit closer and back up so that we can go in the back door.
Oh yeah, that's easily done. People from the street does not see you enter the car.
I imagine our GTA NPC driving the car.
We're on robot now.
Yeah, you've got your robot swapped again.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were talking in character with your
Now
normal
it's off,
voice.
right?
Yeah, now it's off.
Normal now.
Jesus. For fuck's sake.
It's hard to robot.
Sorry, fellow players. I am sorry.
You need to
people
have that
listening, I'm
window.
trying-
You need to have that window so that you can always see whether it's on or off.
Yep. Yeah, I'm taking steps towards that very solution at this moment. Oh.
But yeah, no, you have no problem. You drove straight to the location, I assume?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
When we get there, though, I wouldn't want to like park straight outside. I want to just like check the area first, drive around in
Mhm.
circles a bit,
Yeah.
find a good place to park that's preferably hidden a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you start getting there, you're noticing like this entire area. There's not really a lot of tall buildings. Mostly, maybe 3 floors for most of the time, or 2. Lots of like streets with small shops along the way. There's a park with another shrine close by. There's probably you can probably park it along one of the side streets or something if you want and walk there.
Yeah, because I'm figuring like Arala will need to use use her disguise now anyway, so I'm guessing parking round the corner wouldn't be too bad since we're going to be using disguises anyway now. That is like a half question to the rest of the party.
I'm not sure which voice change I'm on, so...
It's on now.
It's the ones who required disguise for the robot or robot looking, right? Not everyone.
No,
Did I misunderstand that?
Arala and Mamoru are the ones that have the hardest time.
Yeah.
I only have a hard time if I want to go in with a useful set of armor.
Yeah, with your armor on.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Basically
plate.
full fucking Iron Man suit. Hang on, let me show you. If you check out my avatar, this is how he looks with the armor on.
Ah, okay, yeah. Because Jack only has like a undercoat vest or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I have one as well if we need to go a little bit under the radar, but yeah, it's nowhere near as good as this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that would draw some attention.
Yeah, you can decide whether or not you want to change in the car or not.
Maybe you could replace all your body parts with superior robotic technology.
Not in the time that we have before we go into the store.
It's true. It's more of a long-term thing. Anyway, are we going? Are we going out of this car?
Are we going into a place that might be dangerous?
Well,
we
we know it's connected to whoever took the mirror, so I'm going to go with yes.
Before we go in, should we try and see if they have any security cameras?
Yeah,
If
do your
that's
thing.
something you can do, I'd appreciate it.
If you can tell me if my suit is necessary or not, then I would appreciate.
Hmm. Yeah, so I would like to try and hack. I want to see if
Yeah.
I can get into their cameras. So I'm just checking my spells right now, because I know I have spells which will help for this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to find out which ones it was, because I have all the modern magic spells, and I can't remember which ones I need for what.
I'm just looking at my character sheet as well. I mean,
Yeah.
And I don't even have your problem.
Yeah. So
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
a no-bot might help. Uh, no, because that is... Yeah, that's basically I implant an AI. That's not what I want. I want the hacking ones. Hide my presence. That could be useful when hacking. Infallible relay. No, that's to contact someone. Remote access. Here we go. What is the range? That's 120 feet, so I'll have to be close for that one. Yeah, I think from this range I'll just have to rely on conventional hacking means.
Okay.
But I
Is
do
there a
have
role for that?
well, it's D&D, so no. I do have hacking tools proficiency, so it's I can use that, and I just need to know. I'm assuming that would be intelligence.
Yeah, because you need to find out where you want to hack.
Yeah.
And you've currently not been a bit away, you said, so you haven't seen the area except from the Google map.
Yeah, but so yeah, I would basically try to triangulate, like just get over the internet, just try and figure out their IP and see if they have anything that's connected to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming though their security stuff would be on a closed network, so I would have to get close for that. But I'll just check out their open first.
Yeah, do a roll your hacking tools with intelligence
Yeah.
to try and figure out what to do. 28. Yes. Okay. So you figure out that there's quite a few, like, it's kind of a minor shopping area that this is in. So there's quite a few, clothing stores. There's some furniture stuff around. Where you know where RL said it was, you can at least see what looks like a tourist shop with like souvenirs, but also based on her description, it's a side door that doesn't seem to lead into that store exactly, so you can't really figure out if the place the call card has specifically has anything security, but everything, like most stores around it has.
Yeah.
Because it's a shopping area, they have security cameras.
I could probably help.
What do you do?
If we are spending more than an hour here, I could probably produce a set of hacking tools, and I could just help with general help or aid action if that matters. It does need more. I require more than an hour though.
Yeah, maybe like if we get close to get into the actual network.
Maybe we just basically have like a general kind of observation, a few hours of like you guys trying your hacking, we like keeping an eye on the block and kind of scoping it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Would
Actually
this
good.
Yeah, then you don't
also
need to wear your
allow
armor.
for a short rest if we did this? Like not
Well, yeah.
a lot of
If you
heavy
decide
activity.
to, then if you stay in the car and kind of, then I will take that as a short rest. And I'm also going to give you a Google Street View.
Nice.
Let's see. I'm gonna give you a couple of pictures. So this is the this street here. The building that's there in the middle is a tourist
on Discord.
attraction thing. Yes, on Discord. And if you go into the street on the right,
Can you just copy the feed view to the URL? Because then I can look around as you're describing this on the stream.
yes. Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna go back a little bit. So
Oh, I thought the symbol on the picture was to describe that this area is locked. You cannot enter this yet. Continue more quests to progress.
there you go. Okay, so now you can do that on stream when you are, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the door which Akane, like Arale said, saw is the one on the left on the second picture.
The left on the second picture.
Yes.
On the left, that's on that side. Yeah.
White
So
door?
the white striped door.
Yes, with the red kind of overhang.
Ah, okay.
That is the door. So where you are now, Thomas, you go on the right road.
Yeah.
On the stream, and then there's the door on the left on the red building.
Oh yeah, there.
So it's this tiny house in the middle of this intersection that is the shop we're trying to get into.
Oh hey, look,
Specifically
our black truck is on the outside already.
Yeah.
On the other
I
side,
was
you can
thinking
see
the red truck, but that's a bit too close, isn't it?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
other side, you definitely see the entrance of a shop.
Yeah. Okay.
So it seems to be a back door to that shop, from what you can tell.
So what I'm thinking is that we all have our different scoping. Like we probably park the van a bit further away. You guys do your hacking or whatever, and then Mamura is probably going to be because there seems to be quite a lot to do here, like quite a lot of shops. Like there's a little I don't know if it's a bakery or a little cafe or something right next to it. And Mamura is basically going to go there and try to kind of blend in while also keeping an eye out and seeing what he can see.
I assume you go out of your armor then.
Yeah, obviously. This is like in my standard wear, my civilian
Is
outfit.
that what they're making?
Yeah, handmade cake. That's what it says next door.
Random thing, I went further back in the street and I found the flag of Norway.
That is pretty random.
But yeah, you guys tell me what you're doing and I'll answer to the best of my abilities.
Yeah, so I want to head to the nearby store, and not only do I want to keep an eye out, but I also want to ask people, because Mamura is a sociable guy, about the store, and he says it looks quaint, like it looks very idyllic, like it's in the center of this very modern street, and sort of he's kind of questioning, like, oh, do you know who owns the place and what it is and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, what would that be? Investigation or some kind of charisma roll?
Persuasion, if I'm trying to ascertain the information by asking.
Yeah, investigation. Yeah, roll an investigation.
Persuasion, I said.
Oh, persuasion. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. 11.
And anyone going to help me?
Investigation, you said?
No, persuasion.
Persuasion.
If you want to do it the same way he's doing it.
Yeah, I'm yeah, I could help.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Since
you
he
want me to
already
roll?
rolled, then you need to roll because he already did it. Okay, you guys go around and ask for a little bit. Check the stores around, and most people you talk to seem to only know it's the kind of shop that's open for. It's a tourist trap quite a bit. It's close to some other touristy areas. There's not a lot of tourists right now, obviously. So it doesn't seem to have a lot of sales at the moment. It's not really that many people around either. No one you're really talking to knows much about it, except like one person says like, "Oh yeah, it's the old Mentaro is usually the one that's behind the counter," and not much more than that. From
What did you say it was called?
Old Man Taro is Taro Osan. But from what you can gather, they're all talking about like the entrance of the store, like the actual main storefront.
Yeah,
So-
because I noticed when I went to one of the sites, like it's got like this open storefront that it looks very
Yes.
tourist trappy.
Okay, what did you roll or roll? Mm,
It was just a description of the
yeah.
thing
Okay.
that makes his tools.
Okay.
Because I don't really do anything. I'm obviously just I only have an hour to walk around with, unless I want to burn through all my spell slots. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sit in the car.
That's fine. Akane, what are you doing in this hour?
I'm gonna first I'm gonna at least partially change into street clothes, so throw a jacket over the Miko outfit so I stand out a little less.
Mhm.
And then while I'm gonna stay with the van since so that the people that are busy doing spells are not, in case anything happens. I wanted to be there. And I'm going to, while I'm there, try to call somebody back at the temple and see if anything new has happened there.
Mm-hmm.
So those are
Yeah.
things I would like to do.
Okay. Yeah, you call back to the temple. I assume you told them that you left with the rest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably should have specified that.
So then, oh yeah, wait, you left already? What? But they're fine with it. I know you have contacts with them, so you find out Sato has finally been driven to the hospital. Even though like he should have been done that hours ago, but you know, needed to be talk to everyone here. They're still trying to keep most of the media away, and they don't really have a lot of leads on what to do, but they are trying to currently fix wards around the area.
Okay.
And wishes you good luck, and we'll tell you if they figure anything out from their side.
All right.
Just turn out. You don't seem to. There doesn't seem to be much of a disturbance with your car. Like a couple of people look at you as they pass by, but you think it might be because of the Mika outfit.
Mhm.
But other than that, it's pretty quiet. Like there's not a lot of people out. Again, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And most people that are walking around are wearing masks.
So,
Oh.
have you figured anything out regarding the hacking? With hacking?
Yes, Orochi hacking.
Yeah. I'd probably need to get closer to the building to check any security cameras because that's probably on a closed network.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we get access to the building, the taller building that it's connected to,
Yeah.
maybe there's some
Yeah,
wiring we could tap into or something.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know
looking at
anything
that.
about computers. You,
It
he's
looks
just
like
talking.
Did anyone go close to the building and check it out specifically, or
Yeah,
just talk around?
I did. I did. Like we were right near, right by the building, so we probably went past the opening a few times. So in.
The front opening.
Yeah. Yes.
You saw maybe one or two people in there, like the one guy you probably think is Taro Osan
Mhm.
behind the counter just doing some stuff, but it seems to be very quiet right now.
Did I spot any cameras or any thing like that?
Do a perception.
Yeah.
I could assist with that because I'm basically with him doing the same task.
Okay.
Yeah, still 14 though. Okay, 21. Yeah, you see a couple of security cameras in there, but
Okay.
no
Can
more
I
than
So Mamoru kind of knows that Orochi's been looking for these, so he kind of goes back to the van, just clamps the door shut, sits down, just kind of looks at Orochi as if like expecting him to have found something already, and then just says, "I found some eyes for you, some cameras. Now do your thing."
just expecting it to work now since you saw the camera.
Yeah, he just looks at you, just like, "Come on, then, come on," like expecting you to produce some magic or some shit, make it work.
You would think for somebody who is partially robot, you would be more technically oriented. But I guess you can't expect that from such an old person.
I'm sorry, that is very ageist of you. No, I do not bother myself with such trifles unless necessary. I did not make this arm. Why do I need to know how it works? It just works.
How do you not know how it works? It's your arm!
I mean, Orochi, do you know how your arm works?
Muscles and blood.
Yes, and metal and wires. And he points at his own arm. See? Same thing.
And actuators and sensor receptors and transmitters and nerve system bridges. And she kind of
And she rattles on a little bit because she knows that stuff.
Because they're not as smart as you.
Look,
I
can you
the
just
player didn't hear what you said.
can you just make it so that we can see through the eyes of these cameras? Or else I will have to go in there. And I'd rather go in with my armor on, obviously.
Did you see any back doors?
Well, yes, there was a back door. There's also, I think, a second floor with a terrace that you can go and climb up to.
Jack also points to the black building right across on the right side road. There's a window up in the second floor there that if we could get access there, we could probably look in, but it's not a very good view anyway. But maybe we get to see some activity.
Probably easier to do it from the shopping center opposite. With you have even, it's more natural for us to be in there, easier to get in, and also it has two windows instead of one looking in. So
true, and we could probably just walk up that stair.
So yeah.
Is this
Also,
self?
there
Please
is.
say this is self.
I'm
just checking a spell. I'm like, please say it's self. No. Okay, 4 creatures. That's even better. So I can make 4 creatures be invisible to cameras. Technically, it's undetectable to electronic sensors. I don't think Arale actually counts as being an electronic sensor. But yeah, because I was thinking I could send my familiar into the top floor, because if it can connect to a computer there, we might get access to.
And your familiar is a snake?
It's a robot snake.
Yeah, you see, if it's out, he's probably like curled around your neck or something.
Yeah.
See, it looks kind of like, kind of what is it called? Not animatronics, but the 1800s self-moving mechanical things. Yeah.
Automata?
Automaton, yeah. That kind of looks like that, but yeah.
Are you sending that thing up there? It is not very inconspicuous.
True. But it can connect to the network.
Why do
Does
we
it
do
have
this?
this cloaking mode that Arala has?
It's not actually a cloaking mode. It's just a way of making me look like a very ordinary girl, which I'm not.
Right. Make the snake look like an ordinary girl? He grades.
I
Look,
don't think it works that way.
if you do not have an easy way to enter the system, I suggest that we do it the old-fashioned way. Who knows, they might not be hostiles. They might just be a fence. No.
Did we get to spend some hit die for short rest?
Yeah, you can spend a hit die for your short rest if you want.
Yep.
It's been an hour where you just like walked around and didn't do anything stressful.
Yeah,
So
I can do
all
that
of
as
you who
well.
are missing hit points can do that.
Wow.
Do you know how to do it, Knights? Spend-
No.
So in the middle of your character sheet, it should say how many hit die you have, and they should be you should be able to click it, and then it rolls for you. Let's see. Yeah, hit dice. Yes. So just add. You rolled 11, so you just add 11 to your hit points.
No,
I
I
rolled
rolled
11.
8. Arale rolled
Oh,
11.
right. I saw wrong. You have Akana and Arala, so it's like,
Neither of us did it on purpose, I'm sure.
Sorry. Yeah, we confuse ourselves sometimes, I think.
Don't worry, we used it. But yeah, you just add 8. You can roll several times as well. You have as many hit die as you have levels. I think, I don't know, Thomas, did we do some special rules about that in Direwolf, about how much you could use?
Nope. I think we
Okay.
just have the normal rules there.
Okay. So if you want to add more, you can roll several more times.
Because I figured that having the whole modern thing was enough change of the rules that we didn't need to stack up too many.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the default.
But yeah, what do you do?
Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to check. I know you can deliver touch spells through familiars, but you don't get the when you cast something as self, it targets that as well. That's just for the mounts, right?
Not sure.
It rings a bell with me. It rings true. I guess is the
Yeah.
right expression.
But I mean, if you want to cast
It might be
your-
a chain thing.
Yeah.
So if you're a chain thing, you should look it up.
It's not a chain familiar.
No, but you might you can cast a spell on your snake first and then have it go out and do something if that's what you want.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for example, Disguise Self is a self spell, so I can't target him with it.
Ah.
But
yeah.
I know that the Find Mount and Find Greater Mount, or Find Steed and Find Greater Steed,
Yeah.
it specifically says when you cast a spell of self, it targets both of you.
Yeah, no, I don't think that is
No.
with the familiar as far as I know.
Familiar. No, so the option is then to recast familiar to get him to become a different animal. If we wanted him to stealth in, or if we can just stealth him manually.
I could just lift.
I could just lift him up. No problem.
We are complicating things an awful lot for just a simple token shop.
Yeah, at this point, if we can't figure out a good way to do surveillance, maybe we should just go in.
I mean, that was good surveillance, what we just did. But now we
Yeah,
need
but I mean, if we
to
can't figure out any ways to do any more good surveillance, maybe we should stop trying to surveil.
yes,
Fair
but
enough.
remember, a new broom sweeps clean, but an old broom knows the corners.
That didn't.
Takara is
That
just
doesn't make any sense, Silly.
Silence is often misinterpreted, but never misquoted.
Oh my god.
But a robot broom will just scan the whole location and figure out what is dirty.
Yes, I have one of
I
those.
think my dad has one of those. It's called a Roomba, right?
It is probably the most faithful little servant I have ever had.
You know
Not
what?
admiring, but wait, I'm agreeing here with Connor. Maybe we should just go in. I'm getting a little bit impatient. And that's saying something because impatience is a really new concept to me.
Well, lost
You know
time
what?
is never found again. Let us go.
Okay.
What I suggest then is, should we hide ourselves from the cameras, and should we modify the clerk's memory to think that we're supposed to be there?
Do what you feel is right, Rochi. You've never let me down. He says, and he sort of you can tell he doesn't make too much of an attempt of that being an obvious diplomatic ploy to appease and not necessarily the truth.
Akane is gonna say, no, we should probably. I would like to hide from the cameras, but since we found this shop through magical means, let's not go straight to modify memory. If they can counter it, they're just going to be mad.
Very well.
But we do have one thing that needs to be answered. Should I go with my armor or just put my armor on and wait in case you need my assistance?
It's going to be really hard to logically explain why you're walking around in full suit armor in downtown Nameless City, which I remember perfectly, but you know.
Well,
You say?
as Orochi says, he has modified memory. It'll solve itself, he says and smiles.
Well, what about the rest of the street? Hello?
We'll park close to entrance, and if something happens, I will just walk out and walk right in.
I can park the car right
It
next
sounds
to the back
perfectly
door.
reasonable.
If we all pretend that we just don't notice why he looks odd, maybe it'll go fine.
Yes, I'm sure. Ah,
Let's put a mask on you, nobody will notice. He grins again.
yes, I think so. You overestimate the ignorance of the public, but I like how you think. Remember, the riches that are in your heart cannot be stolen. He looks at Sullivan.
Right.
I whisper to Sullivan, he's obviously never met a girl.
Then he looks
I
at you
don't
and says,
think he has.
when you say one thing, the clever person understands three.
Let's park the car at least by the back door. That way you don't need to cross the street in your
Yes.
armor.
Sounds good.
That armor also give you greater strength to just like, if the door is locked, that you can force it open.
Yes, it does. But I cannot lie. The arm is merely just another tool. It is training and discipline that I apply it with.
Yeah. Just thought that maybe we could use the ability to open the door if it's locked. Or
If
we
it
can't
is,
open
then
it
I'll
anyway.
come. Just,
Should we maybe
I am sure
knock on the
Akane
back
can call
door?
upon me.
He also picks out his lock picking tools. That if it's a simple lock, I can open it. But
We maybe knock on the back door and present the calling card.
A back door might just be that. A back door, it will be odd if it is not hidden entrance to a thieves' den.
True,
Oh.
but when you're
I like the
invited
idea
to
of
a
running the
fox
calling
wedding, when you're invited to a fox wedding, do you want all your miscreants walking through the shop?
True. This might be a bit more clandestine than I give it credit for. Fine. You do
Are
as
you
you
guys
please. I
familiar
will
with-
wait and be back up.
What did he say, Knights?
Okay, so out of character, are you guys familiar with the saying "a fox's wedding"?
No.
No.
I'm not.
No.
It means it rain when it's sunny. Like that's what the saying means.
I don't understand that either.
So whenever it's raining and it's sunny out, the thing that a Japanese person will say is that the fox spirit is taking a bride.
Hmm.
It's sort of
Right,
like if you're American and you say there's a thunderstorm and you say, "Oh, God's bowling."
Right. Yeah, it says
So
sun shower as well.
Okay, so for Norwegians, it would be the same as when it's thundering, we say Thor is like riding along the sky.
so
But still,
just
that's
cultural
still the only.
context stuff there.
But still, the only thing it says on the card. So either it is literally a fox's wedding, or we're expecting a rainbow, which doesn't really tell us very much.
No, it doesn't, but it
Because there's absolutely
sounds a
nothing
little
else
bit
on
less
the card.
sinister out of context.
Because
Yeah.
this
in
is what we got
context.
from these. I was gonna say badgers again, but it was. Is that a card we got from them?
Yeah. The raccoons.
Yeah.
I couldn't recall that one until now. So
Yeah, it was a card with nothing on, and when we heated it up, it said this sun shower or fox wedding. And Arale got a mental image of the address.
right.
Like we still stole something, but the entire establishment might not necessarily be there to get us.
So
that's true.
This
wait,
building
something
isn't
to think
that
about
big.
it. Yeah.
It
Something
isn't
to
that
think
big.
about
It
it
can't
also.
be so many people in there. We should just go in.
Also, yeah. Also, stopping to think about it. Was the mental image of the shop front door or the back door?
Back door.
Arala pipes up then and says,
Well, the car did take us to the back door, so maybe Orichan is right. Orichan, we should just go into the back door and not think too much about it. As Jack says, it's not that big. It's only about
and then she comes with an accurate estimation of the square, like the footprint of the building based on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that big.
But there might well be basement, and it might be big. So keep that in mind too.
Okay.
And it might be raining while the sun is out, she says.
So
You know, a
No more
proverb is a short sentence based on a long experience.
no more surveillance, but put it to a vote then. Should we go in through the balcony or should we knock on the door?
I say knock on door.
I agree.
I think the door is knuckable.
Have
Seems
Jack
to
knock
be-
on the door with the card. See what he's able to deal with.
He literally takes the card and attempts to knock with it, just to joke with you.
Haha.
He
funny,
makes no
Jack.
sound.
Yeah,
You
I parked
understand what I mean, no?
Where do you park the car?
I parked the car right outside the door.
So
Where
where the
my
black
mouse-
one is.
No. Even closer, like where my mouse pointer is now on Google Maps on the
Okay.
stream. So that
Yeah.
the van's side door is like right opposite the white door. because then we can just slide it open and step
Right.
right
So,
in.
so first thing Jack does when we're parked there is to check if the door is locked.
Sure. Before you do that, does everyone see the door when you open it? Or like, is it like enough space of the door for everyone to look out and see it?
Yeah, it's a van side door, so you can fit 2 people.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no, because Arala hasn't turned on her disguise, so she wouldn't be like sitting in the door opening.
Okay, yeah. The door goes
I mean-
up.
yeah. Okay.
You see,
I can only speak for Arala though, but
yeah,
I'm
no,
not
no.
opening it. I'm
Oh, okay.
checking just
Yeah, no, it's not
see.
locked. It's not
Yeah.
locked.
Do we hear any sounds through it?
Not through it if you didn't open it.
All right. He then looks at the others. Like, should I open it? What?
Mamoru kind of just scuttle, like moves to the side of the van so he's not visible in the opening. And then he kind of just does like he takes out a hand comically out from the side of the door and just does like a thumbs up. And then removes his hand again.
All right. So I'm not swinging the door open fully. I'm just opening a crack to see inside.
Sure. That's it. Okay. Also, Matthias, can you just fix the bot? I tried to get the music to start, but it didn't.
help you.
You see a couple of tables.
Okay.
There are a couple of chairs, and you can hear some like relatively calm Japanese music.
And
going out.
it just opens into an open room, or
Yeah.
is it a hallway or something?
No, it's open. Do a perception. This is the one that's opening. You could tell, like, you're only opening it a little bit, but the room seems, you can't really see a lot, but it seems a bit bigger than what it should be for the size of what you saw from the outside.
So I close the door again, just like to pretend like someone opened the door that they shouldn't be in. Like, oh, it's a mistake, and close it again.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone is curious, they will have to go to the door and open it from inside.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he then quickly tells the others that I don't like, my mind doesn't make this room size add up to the building. There's something weird going on here. There's a few tables with chairs inside. That's kind of all I saw now.
Is that does that make sense what he's saying?
And I also said I heard some calm voices talking.
Music.
Inside.
You heard music.
Music. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it was some voices. Okay.
So hide.
Is this where we slide your familiar in the door?
The door opens,
Okay.
and you can hear a sound from inside. It's not, no one is right in front of the door. It's like, oh, come on in then.
Right. Well, Jack looks questioningly at the others and then walks in.
I cast invisibility to cameras.
Okay.
And I'm going to target. I'll post it. I am going to target myself, Arale, Mamoru, because he's in his armor,
Mm-hmm.
and my familiar, because I think that Akana and Jack could, like, they don't stand out too much.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's
Okay.
watching the security cameras and they see a man in a suit and Akana in her jacket walk in, they won't be surprised. But if they see a man in tank armor, they might panic. At least we're hidden from cameras.
Jack just took a
minute.
step in
Yeah.
the door.
Give me a moment. I am moving you guys. I'm just gonna move all of you at once. I think it's gonna be a drag if I don't.
So it was a woman's voice that said, "Oh, come in." Or-
Nope. It was a male.
Okay.
And you come into a bar.
Ooh.
Assume it's Asian styled instead of this, because I couldn't be bothered to find an Asian styled one. So let me explain. As you go in, Arella, you notice actually on the side of the door, it says karaoke bar open 24/7.
Oh, they got karaoke here.
No one else sees this. Only Arella sees this. And inside, you see up north, there's a couple of tables around, and straight ahead, there's a hallway that seems to go up into a couple of other rooms. You know, that is way too far. That should have easily ended up on the other side of the road. A couple of tables around with quite a few people for this morning, but some of them seems to be half drunk and just like passed out. Others seem to be kind of in a little bit of hushed whispers and like just having a drink or something. There's what you can seems to be a passed out elf by the bar. And as you look around, you see some look human, some look definitely not human, such as the crew on your left or like at the bottom, which is very distinctly not human.
Yes.
And up at the bar, you can see this
Uh,
person looking at you
Can
guys.
can you set it again?
What? The first
Can
one?
you the guy, no, the person at the bar.
This one.
Yeah.
And he is looking at you while polishing a glass.
Classic bartender move.
Yeah. Classic bartender.
That's quite a crew.
You're
Is that-
such a bartender.
As he seems to take each and every one of you in. Doesn't move towards you or anything.
Yeah, when I enter as well, I see that there's a array of species here, so I actually remove my disguised self.
Jack walks up to the bar and looks over the selection and just nods to the bartender and says that well, we weren't exactly sure what place this is.
Well, most people don't the first time they come around. What can I get for you?
He looks at the others and let's have some sake.
Coming right up, and he turns around to and seems to be picking between 2 or 3 different types and getting glasses and puts them down on, and he counts with his fingers. Puts down 5 glasses. Arala, you are in disguise, right? Or no?
Yeah, I said I was going to.
Yeah. Then he puts down 5 glasses and
Yeah.
fills the sake. And the guy on the chair there still seems to be like half snoring.
So Mamoru takes like both hands on one of the chair, like a chair, and pulls it out. As he does that, he kind of takes a deep breath in, and like closes his eyes to open his divine senses, and see if he can notice any powerful good or evil, and if he can if he senses the location of any celestial fiends or undead.
Celestial fiend and undead. Let's see. I don't think anything is celestial fiend or undead here. No.
He just sort of breathes out, relieved, and sits down. It looks so awkward in his big clunky armor to sit on this tiny chair in comparison. but it kind of sits down and it kind of looks at all the patrons in turn.
Did you guys sit down on different tables?
Oh,
Yeah,
we
'cause
can sit
I
all together.
I picked a table with enough chairs for everyone.
Amara picked a table that was close enough to get everyone in the divine sense just now.
So Jack is holding, I guess, a tray with the sake and carrying it over to the table. But just as he's turning around,
This is awkward. Why aren't we all sitting together?
well, Jack turns back to the bartender. So, what kind of place is this anyway?
Well, not everyone are have the means of look. Shall we say passing in the streets. So this is just a little bit of a getaway for people who can be themselves. We kind of need that place, don't you think? And he flicks one of his ears.
Sure do. Well, I don't, but the rest of, like, some people might. Yes. And he walks over with the tray to the table there. He's human, so he's never really had the like need to be someplace else, but he can understand it.
He gives you smirks as you leave, and he goes back to doing some stuff behind the bar.
Celia?
Yeah.
When Mamoru, because Mamoru's been like on the beat now, the supernatural beat for
Mhm.
a long time. Has he seen such places before? Perhaps been in like such a place before?
Probably. There are several places around Japan that has this, especially in cities. It's not too well. It isn't common, but you are aware of.
And we're chill with them, like we're cool with them, like. 'Cause they seem, you know.
Samey is aware that these places happen, and as long as people don't do anything highly illegal or anything, it's not really something they try. And because unlike Direwolf, Samey has a way much more of a "we don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me" kind of mentality, because they have lived quite a bit closer with a lot of the supernatural here compared to Western society. So they recognize that these places are quite useful to have, and will also generally keep them from doing more harmful stuff towards the general human population.
Right. So yeah, I know.
It's like
I know not to.
it's like an underground way of upholding the veil, which is completely fine because then they don't need to do it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mamoru kind of looks to the patrons. Like, what do these guys look like?
They seem. This one looks. The one that is by himself looks passed out, drunk human.
Mm-hmm.
The other three at the bottom there seems to be an elf and two half elves there.
Right.
And they seem to be just eating some snacks, possibly late hangover, but awake. And there's a hallway down, and you can hear faint music from down the hallway, so you assume that might be the karaoke rooms.
Right.
So Jack leans over to Orochi and says, "Do you think we should move the van, or is it okay to stand there for a little while?"
Well, we're all in here. I'll move it, and I pull out my tablets and command my
right.
truck to drive off somewhere else. It finds an actual parking spot.
There was actually a lot of parking spots just a little bit further down the road there.
Yeah.
I clicked around to see.
Yeah, so my car drives down there by itself.
So yeah, Mamoru comes and sits by the table.
I flicker my tongue as a snake would do, and I say, "Sake."
Shouldn't really be drinking on the job, but I never say no. And then he takes one of the bottles.
I don't really have a problem.
Arala says and just looks at her sake that just sits in front of her. She looks up at you guys, just yeah. She looks super happy about it, but she's not touching it.
Hey,
Jack also
alcohol is
shoots
a
back to Boomer. I like that philosophy.
I say to Arala, like, hey, doesn't alcohol make a good propellant? Fuelant? What is it you run on, actually?
That is a good question, and I don't really know.
A friend of mine used to tell me she runs on happiness and good intentions. Doubt it.
That would be my dad.
Let's just say we can understand where you get your pep from.
Do I want this?
No, we should not have too much. Look, we are here for work. Now, this does not change anything. This is, as I said, potentially a fence, a middleman. We need to find whatever it is.
Maybe that card has some kind of password or something for, I don't know. Or we should probably ask
Judging
someone
by the
here.
looks of this place, I'd assume that our furry friends simply met the person here. I doubt this place is responsible.
No, we would not
Maybe
be
we should
quick to
ask this
judge.
thing. Maybe some of the people around here know something.
Did not hear what you said there.
Maybe we should ask around. Maybe some of the people here have seen something. I mean, the tiny aren't exactly anonymous. They look like Tanuki.
I don't know if it's just me, but it's really hard to hear what
No,
you've been saying there
it's
lately.
impossible now.
Something about asking around about people that look like
I will
Tanuki.
use it. So she said, maybe we should ask around because it's unlikely that nobody in here saw nothing. Tanuki looks like Tanuki.
Yeah.
He's got a point.
So, Jaku, you look like the kind of person who tends to frequent bars.
I do? And he grins.
How would one tell if one of these patrons is a regular?
Well, he points up to this one and says pretty much like that.
Anyone who sits at the bar, guilty.
Yeah, and he's also half passed out, from what I understood on the description.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the bartender is not doing anything to move him. So
I
kind
can talk
like
to him.
he's right. That's how
We-
that is how it works. And if
We-
anybody looks at it, it's going to say, I went to college.
So we need to wake him up and then buy him around.
Let me
Getting
handle
more
this.
drugs will solve this problem.
This
Well,
is
we've
not
already-
my first beat.
We've
Maybe
already
it's
bought him
something that
around.
isn't so strong then.
Well, we've already paid for one round, and I take Arala's glass and slide it over to Mamoru.
Yeah, picks it up, kind of just as if like this was like a planned and orchestrated thing. Like Mamoru is just about to get up, then you slide it in his hand, and he just takes it and just strides
Yeah.
over.
Oh, I imagine you just flicking it as well. Just
Yeah, and then he puts a hand on the shoulder of the drunk man, and gives him 5 lay on hand hit points, which cures his poison. He's no longer drunk.
Nice.
No. He blinks, so kind of looks up at you.
Hey there, buddy. I saw you were sobering up. Can't have that, can we? And then he slams down like another the other sake bottle.
I use message to send a message to Mamoru. Easy excuse. Aral is not drinking today. Designated driver. We have 1 glass to spare.
Yeah. So he kind of just looks at the alpha as he comes to.
Huh. Well, I can't say no to a drink. And he takes it.
No, exactly. And then he sort of sits down. He says, so, it's quite timid here today. Is it always like this?
Nah, you know, the entire lockdown and everything kind of puts a damper on a lot.
You know what though? Some of us cannot really get that COVID thing. Human flu, you know?
Yeah. I know, it's seems to be doing a lot though, so I don't know.
While he's chatting up the regular, I'm gonna ask the bartender if he has a food menu, or if they have food serving here.
Coming right up, and he gives you a menu.
Yeah. And then I return.
You can see the menu has anything from like that should be from like on breakfast to dinner to just snacks. Clearly, it is used to having people 24/7.
Yeah.
He sort of looks at the half elf and says, "So, like, you shouldn't have too much problem getting around town, you know, with your look. You're
Sure.
not one of the unfortunate ones, no? What do you
Sure.
do normally?"
You know, I have a day job up in northern Ise, doing some boring paperwork. So
Paperwork?
yeah, it's
Ah.
boring, but it pays the bills, you know. So I came here in the afternoon. It's a pretty good place to, you know, spend a little bit of money. And he kind of gives a wink to the bartender.
Yes, and you can let your airs loose, eh? Let them breathe a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I understand.
You though, you look quite human. I mean, except for the
Yeah, and then he points to the arm, and then he like realizes that the arm is underneath the suit, which looks even weirder.
like attire, and he
Uh,
kind of makes his arm on all of you.
Yeah, his face mask lifts up, like his main like his visor lifts up.
Like you clearly not here just to drink a morning drink.
Well, you know, some of us come here after work as well, but this is the first time I've been here. And I thought, you know, it'd be a bit busier. I have some business. I was looking for someone. Maybe you could help.
Sure, I mean the best person would be asked would be him, and he points towards the bartender. But I'll see what I can do.
Well, I mean, bartender, you know, he might get business from someone telling me some things that I'm not interested to hear, but he gets money from. So, you know, I want to hear it from regulars.
You can kind of see in your periphery that the bartender is giving you a small smile because he's standing right there doing his thing. You can hear an entire conversation.
Smiles as well, kind of, you know, that kind of knowing smile. And but it's like,
But I mean, I can. I don't know what you're after. Sure, ask away. But I was quite drunk last night, so I don't know how much I can tell you.
well, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with last night, but all right.
I mean,
Well-
it was beforehand, sure, but
I mean,
looking at your group, and he kind of leans back and like looks at the rest of it. You are quite colorful bunch. We don't get that many in one bunch at a time usually.
no, we are a crew. You know, us unusuals have to stick together.
Sure.
You know,
And he
when
takes
you're wakened from the nightmare, sometimes it is difficult to walk the path alone. Now, to business. If, say, we had come upon some objects that the mundane world might be misunderstanding of its potential and power, and we wanted to get rid of it in exchange for some profit, who could we talk to?
He kind of looks at you a little bit, and let's see if I have his. Give me a moment. Didn't have his thing open. He thinks a bit, and I need to do a what's an insight check? Is that wisdom?
Insight.
Yeah.
There's literally insight. Yeah.
Yeah. But then he doesn't have insight, so
Right. Yeah. Wisdom.
Yeah.
19. You tell me what he gets from that.
Well, I have to do a deception against it, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Oof.
Ah.
He can probably tell that I'm not as concerned with the words I'm speaking. I'm more concerned in looking at him and kind of reading him, and he sees that I'm more suspicious of the bartender than I am of him. He's kind of not even the point of this conversation.
Kind of turns around and faces you properly. Well, that depends entirely on what you're selling and who you wanted or wanted not to get into the hands of.
He has actually taken a little bit aback by that, because he was probably doing, you know, that classic when you're talking to someone but you're interested in someone else, so you do like flicking eye thing.
Yeah.
And then when he says that, he kind of just sort of leans to the onto the bar table, and it probably creaks a bit because of his weight.
What I want to know is who you really are then.
I want to do an insight on him.
Sure.
2 can roll that 19.
Sure. He clearly doesn't seem to have any idea of who you are actually aligned with. He seems very curious because she's clearly not buying whatever you're selling. So he seems to just be judging, gauging you out. Because you clearly have something that you're not wanting to tell us, or tell him, or tell.
I'm going to play off that and make it seem like I'm no longer confident that I can talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
As if like he has gotten onto some secret that I don't want to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of want to make it seem like that secret specifically is that I have something worthwhile.
Okay, roll deception.
Yeah. So this is going to be a very non-verbal lie, essentially.
Yeah, but okay. Let's see.
+8. Nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
So he kind of, so he sort of ums and ahs. He kind of basically takes the defeat and turns it into a win, if you know what I mean. Like essentially, he kind of cops up to like having sensed something, so he goes, "All right, I'll tell you," and he changes completely his accent as if like he was playing a completely different persona as well.
Mm-hmm.
Look, me and my crew, we've been finding objects, you know, in dungeons and stuff. We're adventurers, not entirely legal, on the up and up. So, you know, we gotta get rid of this stuff the best way we can, you know, under the radar. That sort of stuff. How do you think I got this? And then he points to the armor.
Huh. Well, that seems, well, not entirely implausible. But people come and go here every day.
Yeah.
Can't say I can help you much about specific people.
Mm.
And he takes another sip of his glass. He
No, I'm sure you can't.
He seems to be buying it hesitantly. But also he doesn't really seem that interested in whatever you want to sell.
Yeah. So he's been looking at the bartender while he's been talking, and kind of gauging the bartender's reaction as well.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the conversation, where he essentially says, "I'm sure you can't help me," he says, and then he sort of looks at the bartender, kind of implying that maybe he can.
Bartender's giving you a small kind of smirk, but continues doing his own thing.
And he puts his like bottle down, now probably fully drank, slams it down on the like not slams it, but puts it down on the table and says, "Well, shame. Guess I'll have to find some place else to sell it then." And he takes off back to the table.
Mhm.
And sits down. So what have you guys been up to?
Hey, what have you guys been doing in the meantime?
I've been doing Sudoku inside my head.
Yeah.
Akane was watching the entire interaction and paying more attention to the bartender, I think, than what was happening with the both.
Mhm.
So,
Bartender's very like he's well. Do perception.
yes. Right.
Yeah, bartender's definitely kept an eye on all of you guys,
Hmm.
and definitely been listening in on like everyone's conversation.
Yeah. Akane is going to suggest to the table that the person we might want to talk to carefully, because the bartender is clearly smarter than the drunk guy. But if we want to get actual information, the bartender is the person to talk to.
I am going to be sat with my tablet, and I am going to be. Do I see any security cameras in this room?
Nope.
I'm going to be seeing if I can get onto a local network in this building.
Mhm.
And whenever I put my tablet down to take a drink of my sake, I'll switch tab to a video game. So if the bartender glances over, it looks like I'm just playing a game.
Okay.
And I do that on purpose, like put the tablet down on the table to take a shot of the sake, so that it looks like I am playing.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, just
And-
trying to see if I can get on any kind of network.
Do you have to roll for any of that, or is that just general hacking thing?
Well, it would be a hacking, but if there is one, I'm like, if there is no kind of networks, then there's not really any point in hacking into it.
You can see networks up here, but it's clearly not from this place.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's besides from you know it's a karaoke place and you can hear some music in the background, but it doesn't seem to be much more like TVs other than like maybe down in the rooms with a karaoke.
Yeah.
There's like a radio that has music here, but it seems to be
Hmm.
a DAB radio or something.
Yeah. Okay. We could.
So-
Yeah. You go.
Oh, I thought you were done. Just keep
Bless
on
you.
going.
No, it's just not important.
Pardon.
I was just gonna say that are these two groups of creatures doing anything or reacting to us in any way? Or
I mean, they definitely like looked up and like were gauging you when you came in. But now seems to mostly come back to their own conversations. The guy up top on the table alone is definitely still passed out. These people seem, from what you can tell, to start getting ready to leave in not too long. Like you see, they finished their food. And these people are talking to themselves about something.
One thing I would like to do then is, because my character is new to the whole Seimei thing, so I'm going to connect to the Seimei or Direwolf network and see what I can find about these little lizard dragon type people and men with pointy ears, because
Yes.
my character doesn't know that they're kobolds and elves.
No. Yeah, you easily find information about kobolds originating from Feywild, and generally not staying. Well, Seimei and Direwolf trying to make them stay away from human interaction because they tend to mess things up really, really fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this to Mamoru then. I'm gonna show him the tablet which has like a little picture of a kobold, and I'm gonna say, they tend to mess things up, and they also like gold. Maybe they'd be willing to trade information, or unwilling and still do it.
I could try. What else does it say about them? Anything else I should know?
Hoarders, they like shiny things. Not the brightest, they tend to mess things up. Hunt in packs. Generally not liked by direwolf and upholders of the veil because they screw things up all the time.
Alright. I'll give it a go.
Got any shinies to trade?
What did Jack say you did? Did you do anything?
I just
Or did I-
observed all the groups sitting here. Yeah. I was going to say that if I could somehow get close to them and make it seem like an accident that I bumped into them, I might try and do some sleight of hand thingies. But I'm not sure how to set that. Like, it's not happening right now. Maybe if one of the groups leaves, that's a situation where I could.
That,
use
or you can see that there's a sign of a bathroom up left.
Mhm.
So maybe this person.
Well, if someone is going in there, Jack is gonna wait a little bit and then head there himself.
Yeah.
Like if.
Mhm.
So unless anyone else has any input, I'm going to try essentially the same thing with the kobolds. So
They all
I guess,
turn and stare at you because
yeah,
you're still in the giant suit of armor.
yeah, exactly. But now the visor is up at least, and I kind of just look at them. Like Mamoru really hates these type of creatures, and kind of has heard about based on the descriptions of Orochi. These are probably like some of the creatures that he would have encountered or heard about, doing some shenanigan shit.
Yeah, pretty much rodents in your eyes.
Yeah. So Mamoru kind of stands there for a moment, like kind of feeling the weight of like his arm and the sort of the feeling of like willing to draw the blade and just fucking get it on over with right here now.
All
But
of
then
them
all
are
of a
kind
sudden
of
he
stare at you, and like you can see they were eating like normal food, but now have gotten very tense, and the entire room has just gotten very quiet.
But then all of a sudden Mamoru cracks this like grandfatherly smile. And then he says, "Hello, my friend. I see you are having a good time. Perhaps I can make it even better for you."
They keep staring at you.
He comes a bit closer and he sort of looks at the table and sees what are they doing, what are they drinking.
It seems to be like food, like breakfast or something from the bar, and definitely something alcoholic.
Mm-hmm. He looks at them kind of in turn and says, "You wouldn't happen to be interested in a small job, would you?"
They, do you know Draconic?
I doubt it. I know
Mhm.
Abyssal and Common.
No, they start chattering among themselves in a language you don't understand.
Does anybody else in the other table understand?
No.
Then they kind of turn to you.
Sure, nope.
And the one to this one seems to be the leader, because he has a little bit of other kind of stuff with him. And he says in common, "Who are you?"
Ah. And then he takes a hand to his chest and says, "I am Mumaru. Nice to meet you.
Hmm.
I
Copy.
am looking for someone. Maybe you can help find."
What's in it for us?
We have some shiny coin from our collection, and some, well, money. Some real money.
He seems to be raising an eyebrow, even though he doesn't have an eyebrow. Like he doesn't seem very impressed by you.
And then he kind of looks towards Orochi and the sort of his snake that he has around his neck, and he says, "And fancy mechanical toys, magical as well."
You're offering a deal? Then you have to lay down a contract. And he moves over so that you can sit down.
And he kind of asks, and he laughs a bit and says, "Oh, you do this often, do you?"
No, but we do it properly. I don't.
Oh.
I'm no idiot. I don't get persuaded by just shiny things.
No,
We
no. Why would
contract.
you? Yes, it is good to hear. Good to hear.
But I don't know
always
what you
likes
want.
law-abiding citizens.
I don't know what you want. You shady. You big mechanical thing.
No, I'm
Come
not
in here.
shady. I am shiny.
You shiny can be shady. You shady.
He looks at them and says, "Well, look." And then he takes because he sort of looks back to who had the card?
Arale.
Arale. He looks back to Arale and sort of does like the motion for her to come over.
Okay.
I'm coming right over.
So can I roll insight for these kobolds to see if they're like other than the very understandable distrust that they have for me? Is there anything else lurking beneath their veneer?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't tell anything.
Yeah. So I kind of ask for the like whisper. May I have the card, please?
Sure, sir, I'm here. Are you getting anything?
The card. The one we got. Just give me the calling card.
Yeah, I'm holding it out to you now. If you look down at my stool, you'll find it.
All right, so I take it and I put it on the table, and I say, "We are looking for a thief, someone who's stolen something very valuable, and I and the organization that I represent would be willing to pay to have it retrieved, or at least to get information leading to its retrieval."
I looks at the card. I looks at you. Why are you giving me that though?
I am guessing this is something to do with entering this place. No?
He looks at you as if you're dumb. Like,
Whoever
well,
This is
whoever owned
good.
this.
Make the kobolds feel smart. This is good.
And they said, whoever owned this, we need to find.
He picks it up, looks at it, sniffs it.
How much? Name your price.
He first like kind of looks at it. You can probably guess that he's trying to ascertain if he can figure something out from this. Let's see, what does he have? Okay, he puts it down again. Not good enough. That's not good enough. What else do you have?
We have information as to who it might be, but that I will not give you until we've signed contract.
Well, that's not good enough for us to know if we can fulfill the contract.
Well, what is it you're capable of?
We have our talents.
Right, well, so do I. It doesn't help much in this case, does it?
Well, finding a person out of this one card is not gonna be enough. We are not trackers. Not this kind of tracker.
What do you do then?
We build, we make things, we sniff things out. We are smart in packs, but I don't know who this could be.
All right. Well, it seems that our business will then be concluded. Thank you for your time, but as you say, you are not the correct skill set that we require just now.
No, not. And he leaves. He picks into his cloak and takes it and gives you another calling card. This one you can actually see stuff on, including an address. It's like, if you need my services another time.
And then he looks at his arm just kind of briefly, just sort of, I'll consider it. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. And he goes back to talk to the rest in the Draconic, and they kind of snicker a little bit as you leave.
Mm-hmm. He takes the calling card and kind of sits back down on the other table. Just sort of looks towards Sorichi and says, they're fine. They knew nothing.
Okay, Akane is going to go talk to the bartender now.
Before you do that, we can take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Good.
So, be back 8:05.
All right.
All right.
Yes.